Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Luna over here. I'm a real estate agent here in Philly. So in today's video, I'm gonna give you guys 9 simple steps to become a successful real estate agent. I've received a lot of DMs from you guys asking me that you're in real estate school and you're just about to start. What are some tips that I can give it to you to help you essentially, like make a few less mistakes and can make money faster? So let's get into the video. The first thing that I can think of, and I think it's part of a major key to make me get this far, is commitment. I remember when I first started 3 years ago, 2017, I have no backup plan. Like financially, I was at the lowest of low, and then also, I was just got out of college. I had a job at a Chronix, like a jewelry store, selling jewelry, and I really hated it. I was planning on going back to China. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do in my life, and I know I only had this one chance. I want to make it work. I want to be successful. I always have this entrepreneurial mindset. Both of my parents are in the business world, so I was always like growing up in that vibe of like being a businesswoman. So that's who I always wanted to be. So I made the commitment and I was very focused, and I saved up for 6 months of income. I also spent a lot of money on marketing too. I pretty much did everything it's possible. I did a lot of YouTube, I watch a lot of videos, so I'm fully committed. And if you want to be successful, that's number one. Next one is to pick up a market. So when I came to Philly, it was all brand new to me. I came here, I have no idea where Center City is. I started with luxury real estate agent. I went with the top 1 brokerage here in Philadelphia. And to be very honest, it was intimidating. I wasn't really sure if I was gonna focus on just selling the city. I didn't really have a market then, and I think that was probably the problem, that I haven't started sooner. I want to get familiar. That's why I started doing rental as a rental agent. And then after showing a few rentals, I figured out that being in the city, it's really hard for parking. So it makes showing homes and meeting clients a lot more difficult. And then later on, I switched to another brokerage. And right now I am kind of in the suburbs. So with parking, it definitely is a lot easier. And I'm mostly focused in Northeast Philadelphia. And then I reach out to the suburb where there's a higher level of homes in the suburbs, where it gets like $500,000 to $1 million. So those are the area that I'm targeting. So it's like Bustleton area, where it gets from my farm is like 200 near Mayfair, Common Boulevard, and then it goes up deeper to Northeast. It becomes like 300, 350 with single homes. And then if you go out more, like 20-25 minutes out of where I live, then it's like Yardley, Feasterville, Huntington Valley, where it gets like a lot more expensive. So those are my farms, and I've identified it. I think if you guys are new, it's definitely easier if you kind of identify your farm, where you want to focus, you know the street, and if you see a for sale by owner sign, give them a call. You're very familiar where the restaurant is, which street is the best street to live on, where it's like it's double ways, they have less trees, and it's a quieter neighborhood. So those are the things I think is pretty important also. And the next one is, what's your marketing plan, right? So when you're brand new, you gotta focus on lead generation. So how are you planning on getting business? Is this cold calling? Is it social media? Is it door knocking? Is it just paying for Zillow leads? You gotta have to find out a way of that's the most efficient. If you don't have money saved up, I would say maybe go out, the cheapest way, the less expensive way, but it's also efficient too. So find out which way that you feel most comfortable, if that suits you the best, and spend at least like 6 months and be patient with your marketing plan. And I think that's also crucial too. Number 4, scripts. So script has been extremely important when I first started. I don't know if you guys have watched my cold call video. I basically have no idea when I made that phone call. That was my first ever phone call. I was really nervous, and you guys who watch the video might think that I know what I'm talking about, but to be honest, I have no idea. I have zero idea. It's all script. So I took notes, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, I set on a few scripts. You gotta have a buyer script and a for sale by owner, an expire script, and then also a seller presentation script. Just go online, find the ones that you find that's most comfortable. I will make separate videos to talk about my scripts if you guys want it. If you do, leave a comment down below, let me know. My scripts has been changing over the years, which is why it's kind of hard for me to come up with one. And right now, especially with different sellers, I have different scripts. Sometimes I ask really good questions. I can identify if they're a true seller. I usually don't have a script. I just go ahead and kind of customize what I'm supposed to ask. So it's a little different, but if you guys are interested, definitely let me know. Number 5 is to find a really good broker. And I cannot emphasize, enough about this point. I am extremely lucky that I find my broker. You guys met Joey, and honestly, our relationship has been the most laid back agent broker relationship ever. Sometimes I get a little mean to Joey. I feel like we know each other for a long time, and he's always got my back. And for me to make up to this far, I give him a lot credit. I mean, without Joey, I don't think I will be where I am. He has been teaching me everything. He never really hide anything from me. He doesn't feel like he needs to prove that he's better than me. And there are a few things, like especially with listing presentation. I took one of his expired listings, and then we're going to pending. We're going to escrow. We're in escrow, and then we're going to closing in like a week. He's really happy for me, and I think that's someone you guys need too, especially if you're new. You gotta find a good mentor, a good broker. Also keep in mind, finding a good broker, you might want to find someone who's also actually in the business, not just talking about like sales, but they have never done real estate sales. You also want to find someone who knows about real estate investing, who has been doing this for a decade, has so much experience, and willing to teach, and very humble, honest. I think those are the good qualities that you will want with a good broker. And next one is to build a database. I love this one. My business has completely taken off this year, especially after the summer. The reason is I have a great CRM system. I use Mojo. So in the Mojo itself, it's $1, but it has a built-in CRM. So I've started cold calling for about 2 years now. I have a full-on database of all the sellers that are going to sell in the next 2 to 3 years. I have about like more than 100 of them. And then on top of it, this year I started to accumulate a list of pool of my cash buyer list, my investor list, and then also my home buyer list for a certain area, the area that I always get listing of. So that way, you have your buyer. If there's a great listing came off the market, you can always let your buyer know. If it's a great investment property, you can let your cash buyer know. It just gets a lot hands-on and so much easier for you. You become a lot resourceful when you get listings. You have your own buyers too. So, the good things about creating a database, it goes on and on. So it's definitely a very important step. Next one, network with, not really network, but find yourself a reliable title company and a lender. So I have a really good title company. I use First City Abstract and Loyal Abstract. Loyal Abstract is the title company that my broker work with, and they've been working with them since I joined Cannon Realty. First City Abstract, I think it's a, I don't know, two of my coworkers always use them. They're in Chinatown. And the best thing about First City Abstract is they always email me if I have any questions. They will email me like on Sunday. They will email my seller on Sunday. It's just, they're the most hardworking title company I've ever seen. Of course, my lender, you guys know Kay. He's my favorite, and you know, he's just like a dad to me. So he's my go-to lender. If I have any buyers, he will be my go-to. He always update me on like the most current interest rate. And when I just joined the Canon the first 2 months, he even spent time to teach me how to qualify a buyer, how to pre-approve them. So I think these are extremely important too. It just makes it a lot easier, you know, the people that you know them very well and you have to work with them. Next one, make savings. So 2 years ago, I opened up a Roth IRA account, mostly because I watched Graham Stefan's video, and I see with being in the sales business, it's extremely important to start saving. I do make a lot of income, but I don't really spend any of it, so I can feel like I'm making a lot, but I put, you know, 30% of my checks always goes into a tax account, and then 35% goes into a savings account for real estate investing. So I don't really touch any of those money, and I think it's definitely important because, you know, you don't know when the next check is gonna come, so you save big. That way you have a peace of mind, and then you're not gonna get stressed out next time if you don't make a commission. Last but not least is to take action. I know it's sometimes gets, you know, discomfort. It's extremely uncomfortable when you start doing something new. It's not a pleasant feeling when people are yelling at you on the phone, but if you want to get from point A to point B, it's something you just have to give up. You have to get uncomfortable. You have to push yourself every single day. And that's something I still am doing. Like every day, I feel like I'm calling new people, calling new for sale by owners, new expires. You know, I always set up a goal every 6 months. It's just, that's how the only way you guys can improve. So I know watching my video, it kind of makes you guys, I don't know if it's still relatable, because when I first make videos, I just wanted to be, you know, that agent who doesn't know anything and then document her journey and get from A to B, you know, and show you guys how I did it. So these are the 9 steps that I will truly believe that's gonna help you guys along the way. If you watched this far, make sure you comment fortune cookie down below. Thank you so much for watching. This is Luna over here. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.